I offer my obeisances time and again unto Shri Guru, Shri Gaurachandra, Srimati Radhika, her associates and her divine abode, Shri Vrindavan, and unto the Supreme Enjoyer, Shri Krishna, his devotees, and the devotees of his devotees. So we're still making a summary here, probably week 11 of 2017. And let me start here with a little text. Maybe I, as self, for reasons of the self, can click like on your comments, even though a part of my mental ego family system may not like some of your points of view. And maybe I, as self, for reasons of the self, can click like on my own comments, even though some people probably misidentified eyes, deem it unsavory, improper, saddening, etc. And I want to give you, again, something to consider. If a person didn't like what they had to say, they didn't write that comment. Then why pretend, after they wrote it, not to like it by avoiding to click like? So that is a kind of social correctness idea that is propagandized, and it ties in also with that commandment which most people only take part of it, and that is love thy neighbor as thyself. Yeah, but usually the second part is forgotten very much, because how can you love someone without loving yourself? Think about it. And how can you love yourself without being aware of your source self, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead? So these three, they all go together. So then we have a quote of Albert Einstein. Maybe I shouldn't have said that before. Anyway, never lose holy curiosity. Stop every day to understand and appreciate a little of the mystery that surrounds you, and your life will be filled with awe and discovery to the very end. Just to think about. So then another quote, this time by Jagadananda Das, who's mostly living in Vrindavan as far as I know. "'Tis a wondrous thing that everyone wants to be both different and be one. If you know this truth within your heart, then learn exactly how it can be done." You can have observed this, many people say, oh yeah, we're all one, but still they all want to be so special, etc. And some, they are very rigorous, trying to delete their individuality, and so many different ideas are going on. But actually this tendency is there in everyone, and the point is that it is in the very core nature of our being that we are, once we reach that level, then we are in a realized way one with everything and different from everything. That's the Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva, which was given to the world by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You can look that up. I may discuss that in a more detail at another point. I just thought that little poem is very beautiful. So we are one in consciousness, but we're still having, one in consciousness means we are one in will. It means we are aligned with the Supreme Will for the benefit of the Supreme, but we still have a separate existence, which is very connected though, and thus we can all participate and cooperate in pleasing the center and enjoyer of all. So that's the basic idea. Much more to say about that. There are 5 aspects of oneness and difference. I can only recommend that you study the subject. And we have another quote which ties in with that. I can only love God and all the partial expansions of God, the souls, and to that degree, as I love myself with all my perfectly imperfect coverings, like accepting myself and loving myself. Why? Because otherwise, through rejection of partial aspects of myself, I would not be wholly myself and could not be myself, and so it would be impossible with all my potential to be in all my potential to love. Yeah. Also very clear point in my opinion. So then we have another quote. I will tell you the name after I finish the quote. Cowardice asks the question, is it safe? Expediency asks the question, is it politic? Vanity asks the question, is it popular? But conscience asks the questions, is it right? And there comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe, nor politic, nor popular, but one must take it because one's conscience tells one that it is right. Guess who that quote came from? It came from Martin Luther King Jr. And the point is to actually be in contact with source self through self-connection, and to go into that contemplative state regularly, and to live from that voice of conscience, and then everything else will fall into place. Then we have a quote from the Yoga-Sutras of Patanjali. Actually, it's a term. It's called Pratipaksha Bhavana. Thinking of the contrary is the key of success. Why? That is the question. Yes, it's because of balance. Problem of disruptions in consciousness is imbalance. If you only see one part of the coin, one side of the deal, then peace cannot be gained, and without peace, no concentration and no success, no wholeness, no holiness. Yeah. So, okay, one more for this video. That which appears to be stillness of samadhi is perhaps the highest activity possible. Even what is called one-pointedness is itself a state of utmost activity. When the mind is one-pointed, it does not mean that one idea is indelibly impressed on the mind like an engraving on a stone, but that the mind is working so quickly that the image of one is formed in no time, as it were, destroyed in no time, as it were, and formed again. The quick succession of the same form is one-pointedness. And actually the same applies to our bodies. If you go into physics, especially quantum physics, they have also found out that actually it is destroyed and reproduced several times each second, and so many other aspects of physics that I don't want to go into because it's not my main subject. But you can try that for yourself. There is many moments in concentration, and they are going very quickly one after another. It's basically awareness and choice to stay with the same point of concentration. And when you stay with the same point for a prolonged time, then you will be able to reach the depths. So that is what I recommend for everyone. Take your time in meditation, contemplation, and in chanting of the supreme holy names of the Lord. Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga, Om Nityananda Gauranga, Om Nityananda Gauranga, Om Nityananda Gauranga. May the Om Love be with you, and please, if you find it valuable, click the like, and most of all, share, share, share for the benefit of all. So thank you for your comments and responses and questions, and see you again soon. May Jai Radhe Shyam.